Hey Mavs fans, welcome into NBA Now from Chat Sports, and today I'm going to start out the show the only way we can start out, talking about Kobe Bryant. Of course, passed away in a tragic helicopter crash yesterday morning. Really just some sad news coming out of Los Angeles. He was, of course, one of 9 people killed in that tragic crash. His 13-year-old daughter was on board as well. You all know this, but the reason I want to talk about it on today's show is because Mark Cuban really is taking a very unique approach to honor the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant by retiring the number 24 for the Dallas Mavericks. So of course it's going to be retired for the Los Angeles Lakers. It already is. Nobody will ever wear it in LA anymore. But Mark Cuban has stepped up and said, hey, no Dallas Maverick will even wear the number 24. Look, he was only 41 years old. He's a 5-time NBA champion. He had 15 All-NBA selection, 4-time NBA All-Star MVP, an 18-time All-Star, and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. You all know the legacy that Kobe left on the NBA. It's going to leave a really lasting impression for everybody in the sports world and everybody in the world in general. Kobe was an amazing person. He did some great things off the court, and he did even more amazing things on the court as well. Now, Kobe's number 24 will become the 4th jersey in Dallas Maverick history to be retired, along with number 12. Derek Harper was just recently retired. Brad Davis, number 15. No Maverick will ever wear 15 again because of Brad Davis. Rolando Blackman, arguably the second greatest Maverick of all time, number 22, is also retired. And then now, number 24, Kobe Bryant will hang in the rafters of the American Airlines Center, which is really just an incredible move by Mark Cuban and the Dallas Mavericks as a whole. Now, when you talk about my favorite memories, or even, maybe the most painful memory that Kobe Bryant left for me, was when he put up 62 points on the Dallas Mavericks in 3 quarters. Didn't even play the whole game. Didn't need to play the whole game because that game was absolutely incredible. It'll stick with me forever. 62 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. He shot 58.1% from the field that night in just 32 minutes. Again, one of the millions, thousands of memories that Kobe has left with me as a sports fan, as an NBA fan in general. And one person that put out a statement yesterday was Dirk Nowitzki, of course, the greatest Maverick of all time. And he said this about Kobe Bryant. He said, "This is hitting me really hard. I will always remember coming home after games so I could watch you dominate the 4th quarter. You inspired so many around the world, including me. You will always be missed. You will always be remembered. You will always be loved. Rest in peace with your angel Gigi. Deepest sympathies to Vanessa, the girls, and all the friends and family of the lives lost today." That's from Dirk Nowitzki. And then the Dallas Mavericks owner, of course, Mark Cuban, said this to just really solidify the idea that, that number 24 is not going to be worn again. He says, "Kobe's legacy transcends basketball, and our organization has decided that the number 24 will never again be worn by a Dallas Maverick." I love this move by Mark Cuban. I can't wait to see what the NBA decides to do to honor the life and legacy of Kobe Bryant in the league as a whole. We've seen it already happening with 24-second shot clock violations, 8-second backcourts, really incredible things happening all over the place. And you guys know the drill. If you're watching here on YouTube, you're probably going to get hit with an ad break, but it's going to give you guys some time to scroll down to the comment section. Tell me what your favorite memory of Kobe Bryant is and will be forever. Now let's move on. We'll move on from the Kobe Bryant stuff. We're going to talk some Dallas Mavericks basketball here. Willie Cauley-Stein. I haven't talked to you guys since the Mavericks traded for him from the Golden State Warriors. Look, Mavs get a young center, a guy who can come in and replace Dwight Powell now that he's down with a ruptured Achilles. And Willie Cauley-Stein, they decided, is that guy. Now, Willie Cauley-Stein, 26 years old. He's making $2.3 million this year. He has a player option for next year, but if things go well in Dallas, he'll probably opt out and try to go get some more money somewhere else. This year with the Warriors, who are clearly one of the bottom 3 teams in the NBA, he averaged 7.9 points per game, 6.2 boards, a block shot, and a steal per game. He is a really, really good defensive player. He's an elite rim protector, and he is just a great athlete. Overall, I think he's going to really help this Dallas Maverick team. Now, before I recap the trade and tell you what Willie Cauley-Stein brings to this team, I want to remind you to go check out our sponsors over at BetDSI by going to chatsports.com/bet and entering that promo code NBA120, which is going to give you a 120% deposit bonus on your first bet when you use BetDSI. Now, of course, we got to remember, before the Willie Cauley-Stein trade went down, they traded with the Oklahoma City Thunder. They sent Isaiah Roby, who was a second-round draft pick this past summer, to Oklahoma City for Justin Patton and cash considerations as well. Now, what that did was it freed up space because Roby's contract is guaranteed for, I believe, the next 3 years. Justin Patton has a lot of non-guaranteed money on his contract. So the Mavs traded for him and then immediately waived him to make some room on the roster to make this trade with the Golden State Warriors, where they got Willie Cauley-Stein and all they had to do was send out a 2020 second-round pick. And I was like a little nervous because I thought at first the Mavs might have been sending the Warriors their pick back, which is likely going to be the first pick in the 2020 second round. But it was the Utah pick, which is probably going to be hovering around the 50 to 55 range. So I'm fine. I think that was a steal. I think the Mavs got a great player for a draft pick that probably isn't going to become a great player if we're being honest. So now, let's say Willie Cauley-Stein comes in and he starts right away. You're looking at a lineup of Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kristaps Porzingis at the 4, and Cauley-Stein at the 5. That's two guys in KP and Cauley-Stein that can protect the rim really, really well. They can both catch lobs. They're both great at running to the rim. KP spreads the floor out, and Willie Cauley-Stein is the guy who's guarding the big men down low. Now the Mavs' big man depth is looking a little stronger as well because you get Cauley-Stein in there. Kristaps Porzingis, Maxi Kleber is still there who can start or come off the bench. Boban Marjanovic comes in, gives you 10, 15 minutes a game. Mavs actually have big men now. And then Dwight Powell next year comes back into the rotation and everyone's happy. Now the Mavs do have a game tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and this is their projected lineup. We'll see what happens because right now Danilo Gallinari is listed as probable. We'll see if he plays, but their starting 5, as I see it right now, is Chris Paul, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luguentz Dort, who's a rookie, along with Darius Bazley, another rookie for the Thunder, and then Steven Adams down low as well. So yeah, with Steven Adams, it would be really nice to have Willie Cauley-Stein in the starting 5 for the Mavs tonight, but we'll see if he even makes his debut. That's not 100%, but should he come in, should he be ready to go against the Thunder? Do you think he should start right away? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'd say yes. I think he's an immediate, really easy plug-and-play kind of player, and I think it makes sense with him next to KP at the 5 position. Now let's move on to 2021. I know we're looking way ahead here. 2021 NBA free agency. The Mavs apparently are already looking forward to it. According to Kevin O'Connor, they're targeting 2 players. We'll get to the second one in a minute, but the first one is Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's obviously going to be the biggest prize of that NBA free agent class in 2021. The Mavs will have max cap space that summer, but the Bucks are expected to offer him the 5-year, $253 million extension to make sure he doesn't even hit free agency. Now, this year, Giannis is probably the MVP again. He's averaging 30 points per game, 13 boards, 6 assists, and he's shooting 32.1% from 3. So he's becoming a reliable and consistent 3-point shooter. His game continues to progress. But let's dream for a second. Let's say the Mavs do land Giannis Antetokounmpo. All of a sudden, your new starting 5 has 3 elite players in it in Luka, Giannis, and Kristaps Porzingis. You put Tim Hardaway Jr. still at the 2 and Dorian Finney-Smith at the 3. Look, defensively, that's 3 really good defenders. Dorian Finney-Smith, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Kristaps Porzingis. Offensively, they're all weapons on the floor. Dorian can hit a 3. Giannis can go get his own bucket. We all know what Luka can do. Porzingis can hit a 3 or catch lobs. And Tim Hardaway Jr. has been a consistent shooter for the Mavs this year. That is a great team. I mean, who knows if it's going to happen, but it's fun to think about. Now, the other player they're apparently looking at is Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz, which I hadn't seen this name pop up as a target for the Mavs. Of course, 2 summers away, but it makes a lot of sense. Look, he's the back-to-back defensive player of the year. He'll probably win it again this year. We all saw the Mavs go up against Utah, and Rudy Gobert really saved the game for Dallas by blocking DeLon Wright's layup attempt at the end of the game. This year, he's putting up 16 points per game and 15 rebounds, which is just incredible. 2 blocks. He's shooting nearly 70% from the field. Like, Gobert is a special player. Utah's obviously going to want to hold on to him, but the Mavs are going to do their due diligence and try to chase after him at least. Now, that 2021 free agent class is absolutely stacked. I mean, it is just going to be incredible, the players that are going to be available that summer. Giannis, by far the best player that's going to be available that year. Rudy Gobert is in there. We just talked about him. LeBron has a player option in 2021. Kawhi Leonard also has a player option in 2021. Anthony Davis could be a free agent that year, but he also has a player option this summer, so we'll see what happens with that. But hey, if all 5 of these guys hit it, along with guys like Paul George, Chris Paul will be in there. Really just a lot of outstanding players are going to be available come to the summer of 2021. So here's a question I got for you guys, you Mavs fans. Who do you want as the 3rd piece in Dallas? You can be as realistic or unrealistic as you want. If we're talking unrealistic, look, yeah, Giannis is that guy. You know, I don't know if they're going to have any shot at signing him, but they're at least going to try. Now, if you want to go a more realistic kind of player, throw me some names down in the comment section below. But before we look at free agency, we got to look at this year's NBA trade deadline, which the Mavs are already looking to make moves. They've already made 2 moves, but they might be looking to make a bigger splash with a guy from Oklahoma City, Danilo Gallinari. Of course, the Mavs now and the Philadelphia 76ers have reported interest in Gallinari. And, he's making $22 million this summer, but then he hits free agency, he's making $22 million this year, and then he hits free agency this summer for the Oklahoma City Thunder, so he's on that expiring contract. Now, coming into Oklahoma City, the Thunder were really shopping him. They didn't really look to add him, but now the Thunder are winning games, and they are almost a lock for a playoff spot at this point in the year, and Danilo Gallinari is a big part of that, so I'd be surprised if they're willing to just give him up, especially to a Western Conference opponent like the Dallas Mavericks. Now, he's putting up 19.1 points per game, 6 boards, 2 assists. He's shooting 41.1% from 3, which is absolutely outstanding. That would be better than any Mavericks 3-point percentage right now on the team. And I'll give you a trade scenario here in just a minute, but I want to remind you to go check out BetDSI. You go to chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code that we have for our watchers here on Chat Sports, NBA120. Get that 120% deposit bonus when you use BetDSI. Now, let's say the Mavs do have a chance at Gallinari. What the heck should they offer? I don't know what Oklahoma City wants. I don't know if they want young players. I don't know if they want a pick. I don't know what it is. So the best idea I could come up with is Gallinari goes to the Mavs, and the Mavs give up Seth Curry, Justin Jackson, Courtney Lee to make the salary work. The Thunder don't want Courtney Lee, but the Mavs also don't really need him, and his salary just matches. And then the Warriors' second-round pick, which is clearly pretty valuable, and the Mavs don't want to give up. But in this scenario, I don't think you can get Gallinari without at least giving up that pick. And then a young wing in Justin Jackson, and then a great shooter on a good contract in Seth Curry. Maybe Dallas doesn't want to give all this up. Maybe Oklahoma City says this isn't even enough. But this is the best trade scenario I could come up with. But let me know what you guys think about that one. I'm kind of 50-50 on it. Say the Mavs pull it off. I think Danilo Gallinari could start right away, and you keep running Kristaps Porzingis at the 5 because it clearly worked when he was playing in these last 2 games for the Mavericks. So you go KP at the 5 with Gallo at the 4, and then keep everything else the same with Luka, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Dorian Finney-Smith. So that was my trade idea, but I want to know from you guys. To end the show today, I'm going to ask you, what would you offer Oklahoma City for Danilo Gallinari? If you're the Dallas Mavericks, you get to play Mark Cuban and Donnie Nelson's role and make up this trade scenario. Let me know in the comment section below.